Hey BBs, it's Plastic and I'm back with you guys for another video. How are we all doing today? I hope we're all doing very well. In today's video, I want to sit down with you guys in Ghoul chat because there's lots to be discussed because yesterday, May 1st, 2023, we had the Monster High X Chucky doll release, which was a very big release in the doll community. I will say that because it's two iconic brands, Monster High and Chucky. Chucky's a very well-known doll brand. I think it's a really fun movie and I'm a big fan of Chucky personally. And the dolls released again yesterday. They had a very interesting release strategy, I think. It was something new for Mattel Creations in general, so it was really interesting to see how that went, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But it was really interesting that everybody had an opinion on these dolls. No matter if you're a Bratz fan, a Rainbow High fan, whatever, everybody had like a little sense about this. And the reason why I think this release had so many more impressions I think than usual, because usually people are like, I don't know, I feel like people don't always care about Monster High. Like if they don't collect it, like they don't really pay that much mind to it, but it's Chucky. And this release was also very interesting because it was not a normal Monster High release at all. So usually when Monster High does these limited edition releases like the Hunger Tour dolls or the Skullector dolls or whatever they put on Mattel Creations, they usually give us like a week. They tell us when the doll comes out, like they'll give us like a teaser, and they'll release the doll, the stock photo, the link, the pricing, the description, all of it the next day, and then a couple days later, the doll will be available on a Friday. This was a very interesting release because we got to see the Chucky teaser images around like April 27th, I want to say, very like late into April, and we got announced that the dolls would be releasing on May 1st. But after that, it was crickets until literally May 1st. And at this point, a lot of people were confused if the dolls were actually releasing May 1st, or if the stock photos were just coming out on May 1st, or what the tea was, because again, there was no prior comments or photos or listings or anything available, no countdowns on websites, no emails until 11:30, at least in my time, EST. 30 minutes before the dolls released at 12 was when the email came out from Mattel Creations to like people who have a Mattel Creations account. So the stock photos were only being sent to email. So you had to check your email first off. If you even have your notifications on, I didn't, but thankfully I was on my own little bus and I was kind of, going somewhere. So I was able to check my Twitter timeline and see that the stock photos were out and like the dolls were actually releasing that day. So the dolls were only being marketed throughout the Mattel Creations email automatic list. So if you have a Mattel Creations login or username, and if you bought from Mattel Creations before, that's how you would know the dolls were available. And from my knowledge, the way that because I was so fortunate to get this pack, the way that you had to buy these dolls was through the email that they sent you. So they had the timer there. There was no front page, homepage banner. There was, I think, a banner when they were available, but it has been since gone from Mattel Creations website, so there's no information that these dolls even existed. And it's really interesting because it's Monster High X Chucky. I'm going to show you guys really quickly that the dolls, when you search up the Monster High page on Mattel Creations, it's not even the front one is Rochelle still, and you have to scroll all the way down to see Chucky next to the Holiday Cleo in Deuce pack, which is, and it doesn't, that's not a thing that bothers me because they're sold out. You can't even buy them. But the fact that they're not at the top where because Rochelle sold out as well. She sold out, whatever. Usually when they have the dolls sell out, they're at chronological order. So this release is just really interesting. Again, the stock photos were literally revealed 30 minutes before the dolls were available for purchase. And like Monster High fashion, the dolls sold out in 9 minutes, which is really honestly crazy because there was no listing for anybody to put bots on. There was not a lot of reseller. There was a lot of reseller buzz apparently because eBay's flooded with them. But the Chucky dolls, a lot of people didn't even know they were being sold. So it's very interesting that they sold out in 9 minutes. And again, it is Chucky. Chucky's a very well-known brand, but so is Frankenstein, and they sold out in 4 hours. So I don't know. I'm just very interested in how this release worked. And I just want to give my 2 cents in because my personal opinion with all the Monster High collector dolls, everything Monster High G1 alumni, every single thing is going to be the same exact point. And my point is to just make more dolls. Just make more dolls. We've been having this skullector botting issue for 3 years now. It's been since the Pennywise It doll. We have had the same amount of issues where there's so little quantities of these dolls, but there's such a big demand that like, no one's able to get the dolls. Like, again, I am saying this with take it with a grain of salt that I was able to get the Chucky pack. My mom actually got a pack, so I'm trying to trade for Elvira. So if anyone has Elvira in the comments below, please let me know. Send me a DM on Twitter or Instagram, and I want to trade her so bad because I want Elvira. But, like, these dolls are just, like, I'm just confused. Like, I'm confused why it's been 3 years and we have not seen, we might have seen a quantity increase with the Ghoulia doll, because the Ghoulia skullector doll that was released like last month had a larger quantity. Like, the doll took like 24 hours to sell out. Honkator Frankie is still in stocks and they released in like February. But in terms of like the skullector dolls, like the ones that sell out like that, I'm just confused why they cannot make more quantities, because this exact same issue happened with the Elvira doll, which I didn't buy at first because I didn't want her, but now I want her, so it's my own fault that I didn't buy her. But the Elvira doll sold out in 5 minutes as well, and a lot of people were having that same issue, and this has been happening, again, for 3 years at this point. So my thing is, if they just made more dolls, it would make them less expensive to produce, so they could maybe even add more quality into the dolls, or just make the dolls cheaper overall, because I think the pricing is crazy. I will say that I expected these dolls to be $90 because all the Monster High 2-packs have been $90 for the past, 3 years. I think the Grady twins were cheaper, but since Beetlejuice, we've seen the dolls be $90. So people are acting like these dolls were overpriced. Yeah, we've seen this price for, a year and a half now. So there are issues with the fan base. Like, I think the fan base is a little bit annoying. Like, girl, we've seen these prices for a while. Like, I think it's a thing. It's okay to be shocked when it's like a price increase, but these have been $90 since July of 2021, whenever Beetlejuice came out. So people are like, $90. I get it, it's a very expensive doll. I'm not gonna, disregard that. I think these dolls are expensive, but they're expensive because they are limited, you know what I mean? But I'm not surprised that these were $90. I was kind of expecting that. They are, again, expensive for what they are. I'm not gonna deny that, but I'm just like, we've seen this for a while. Like, let's keep it very cute. But like, the dolls themselves, I'm actually a fan of, but I just don't know why we couldn't make more to accommodate more people's, personal lives. If you just made more as a company, would you not get more revenue? Would you not get, like, a happier fan base who doesn't have to spend $300 on eBay and Mercari for these dolls? Like, that's my thing. And we have Bratz. We have Bratz. And I hate to compare the brands because they're run differently. Whatever, I don't care. Can you just not make more collector dolls? There is a giant demographic and a giant Monster High. Monster High's at the top, not the top, but it's at a peak right now for nostalgia. Why can we not just make more dolls to accommodate that? You'll still get your money. You'll still get your bag if you don't get a bigger bag. If you make the dolls, like, more of them for less money, like, wouldn't it just make everybody happier? I don't know. I feel like I'm, like, screaming right now, but, like, and, like, I don't want to mean to repeat myself, but, like, it's 3 years of this. How can we not see, like, a quantity increase of these dolls? Is anyone awake at the office? I did, like, in my brain, in my collector size brain, where I'm only thinking about being a collector, not really the business side. I mean, I am thinking about the business side, but, like, wouldn't it just be cheaper to make more? I feel like the whole hype thing is tired. I think everyone's just annoyed. I don't think I want a collector edition doll. Like, I don't want a doll that's limited edition. I don't want the doll that's, I have an anxiety to get. I don't want the doll that I'm refreshing and, begging my mom to help me buy. Because it's tired. We've been doing it for so long. And it's just not worth it at this. Like, it's getting to be a point where Monster High G1 alumni is getting exhausting to collect. And as a person who is trying their hardest to get the ones that I want, trying their hardest to be able to afford these dolls, I think it's getting to a point where it's just getting redundant. Like, we've seen it's the price tag. I get it. I understand they're expensive, whatever. I just don't know why there's such an issue every single time these dolls release. And I think it's very, very interesting, and I will give them credit for trying a new tactic to stopping the botting issue. But, like, if, like, half the fan base is at work or at school, and they don't even know the dolls are releasing because you haven't updated us in, a week and a half. Like, yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know what, like, I'm trying to say right now, but I understand the frustration in the community right now, and I think it's okay to be frustrated if you guys did not know about the Chucky release, because I didn't know either. I only knew because I had my phone access, because I'm a student, I'm a high school student right now, and I was just so lucky that I was able to be on the bus at the right time, at the right moment, to know these dolls were being released, because there was, again, it was crickets for a while, and I don't know, just, it's so sad to see an IP and a brand that you love, loved for a long time, just being very wishy-washy. And I understand the botting issue is a big issue, but this is not the best way to solve it, I think. As a fan of Chucky, I want to talk about the actual dolls besides like the distribution and everything, because I'm just going to talk in a circle, and I don't want to talk in a circle, and I don't want this video to be boring and redundant, but it bothers me. I think it's just like the solution just seems so simple, and maybe it's not simple. In my brain it is. But back to the actual dolls, I think these dolls kind of make sense for what they are. We are talking about a Monster High Skullector doll, where I feel like these dolls are not going to be exact replicas of the characters. Like, I was not expecting that, to be completely honest with you guys. I was expecting the Monster High twist, I was expecting the mini dresses, and I was honestly very pleasantly surprised by Chucky. I feel like they did Chucky very well in this. Like, again, don't, like, attack me. I do think we could get more gore with the face scars. I think these dolls could definitely be a lot more amped up and more edgy, and they wouldn't have to cost that much more to be more edgy. I think, like, the face scars, if we had more of those, it would be a lot more interesting, in my personal opinion, as a, fan of both franchises and everything. I think Chucky was done very well. I was not expecting the full-on pants. I was expecting kind of like the sleeves, but I was kind of expecting shorts or something, just because knowing Monster High, they haven't really been known for full-length pants. I'm saying that as if these two don't have full-length pants, but you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't expecting it for a 2-pack, because usually the 2-packs are kind of cheaper. And then Tiffany, I will say, I think Tiffany was kind of a letdown, but I'm also, like, expecting that. Like, I'm expecting the weird prints. I like the print on her dress. I think it's cute. I was not expecting a wedding dress. I was not expecting leg garnets or any garners or anything. I wasn't expecting roots. I was expecting the blonde hair. I was expecting the black makeup. I was expecting the fishnet shoes, the fishnet tights. Everything, I think, for this pack, seeing, again, for the last 3 years, what Mattel Creations quality is, what Monster High brand has done, and what they're continuing to do, I expected the quality. I expected a price increase, to be completely honest with you guys. I thought the Chucky dolls would, maybe mark a new pricing for Monster High. Thank God it did not. Oh my God, thank God. I could not afford any more than $100 for these dolls. But, oh my God, if it was like $130 for these dolls, I would have lost my brains. But I was expecting the quality. I was expecting the designs. It's very Monster High to me. It's what I've, grown and loved and everything. And I'm just not surprised about it. So, we'll take what we can get at this point. And I am excited about these dolls. Again, I don't mean to, like, be on here and just be a negative and be mean and, scream and I hate Mattel, I hate Monster High, because I don't at all. I really do love Monster High, and it's always been one of my favorite brands in the world. I just don't understand some of the issues that we have. I feel like, again, it's been so long. We can just fix these. But I'm excited about this pack, and I hope mine's come soon, and I hope they do a restock of these dolls. I think it's kind of the best solution to the fan base who was really just confused. I think we've never had a release like this. I think a heads up would have been really nice. Again, I don't know how they could have done this without letting the resellers know. I don't know how to combat that issue, because I think they've tried so many things and it's just not working. I think maybe a better security system to not allow bots to enter the site is probably the biggest thing, because if you're only allowing, like, real people to access the dolls, they can only buy 2 at a time. So if you're having, but, like, the bots can buy they buy hundreds. Like, when Honkator Cleo came out, there was a bunch of people on Facebook with, like, hundreds of those Honkator Cleo dolls in, like, their attic and stuff. So there needs to just be, I think, a fix on the bots. I think that's, like, the biggest issue, because bots can just mass buy. And I think it was kind of smart to not have the link up until the exact date. I think they should continue that, but they should just give us a heads up, again, on the dolls and the stock photos, because giving us only 30 minutes to decide if we actually want these dolls or if we're just buying it because it's Chucky, is a little bit, not my favorite thing we've ever done. Wish we didn't do that. But I knew I was gonna like them anyway, so I just was like, bye. Buy morals, I guess. Anything for the dolls, I don't know. I feel like I have a lot to say about these dolls, and I just don't know what to say, because it's just really heartbreaking to see collectors who love both franchises not being able to get these dolls, and the issues with these. It's tiring. Again, that's my main point about this, is that we're tired, I think. I think we're all sick of the anxiety-ridden Fridays. Also, like, a Monday. Like, hello? A Monday was such a random day to release a doll, because at least on, like, Friday, it's, like, the end of the week. Monday was, like, a random... I guess it was Chucky's birthday. I don't know. I don't know the solution to this, and I don't really know the answer, and I just want to scream on YouTube, because that's what I feel comforting, and, yeah. I guess in the comments below, please let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions on Chucky the dolls, what your thoughts are about the whole new situation, the 30-minute ordeal, and if you guys are able to get these dolls, and if you guys weren't able to get these dolls, and what you think about them, if you guys like them or not, because I'm really, really, really want to know, because there's been so many mixed opinions on Twitter and Instagram and all that fun stuff about these dolls, whether they like them or not. A lot of people are, again, disappointed in the quality and stuff. I thought it was normal quality, to be honest. Like, it's nothing crazy. And I still want to know, I want to know also, in my opinion, who is your favorite skullector doll? Because my favorite skullector doll in the entire world is always going to be Greta Gremlin. This doll is just designed so nicely. And this is, like, again, the quality that I expect from Monster High skullector dolls. Like, the mini dress, the little, like, the, I don't know, like, I guess we could have gotten a leather jacket with Tiffany, but I was expecting it. So, I don't know. In the comments, I also want to know your guys' favorite skullector doll. And if you guys own any other skullector dolls, because these are fun little dolls, you know, they're cute and they're silly and they're fun. But thank you guys again, though, so much for watching and Ghoul chatting with me today. It was so much fun. It was definitely needed on my end. I think I feel a lot more calm about this whole thing now that I screamed and stuff. But I don't know, again, your opinions and everything. And I hope you guys all just take care of yourselves and all rest and stay, you know, very good, because it's about to be summer, y'all. Get ready. Okay, so I'm gonna stop talking, and I love you guys all again very, very much. Please have a fantastic night, and I cannot wait to catch y'all, though, in the next video. I love you all very much. See you guys very soon. Love you guys. Bye.